everybody come on in. We're ready to go live on Instagram. Who do we have here? Jurgen's here. Quasia's here. Thank you so much. Okay, you all have your wrenches. Let me stop the music. Don't stop the music. All right, fantastic. Y'all know I was struggling before. I had to get everybody set up. Good evening, Jurgen. Thank you all. And the tapping for likes is over on TikTok. Y'all are going to hear me saying that over and over and over again. Let me turn off my struggle AC until I need it. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, you all are back. Bria has a wrench now. Thank you all for managing the chat and for bearing with me. We're going to get everything back the way that it was. We're going to make some spring rolls today. Yeah, I know, y'all, it's different. On TikTok, you tap. On YouTube, you like it. But I hope y'all are doing well. We're going to make some spring rolls with peanut sauce today. So a no cooking class, all right? So hello to my Instagram. Y'all can see me, but I can't see you. Let me say thank you all for 45,000 on Instagram and thank you all for 45,000 on YouTube. All right, let's go live on TikTok. Oh, I'm happy. Okay, come on in, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are going to make some spring rolls with peanut sauce today. I am like I say, just a mom on the internet. I'm not a professional, but we are going to have some fun here. So let me make sure we get everything set up. If you all like Asian-inspired cuisine, then you can go ahead and Melissa's here. She's excited. I'm excited too. So another recipe came up on my feed. I'm going to show it to you all, and then we're going to get the ingredients out. I'm going to show you a few substitutes. That's why I'm your substitute teacher, and some shortcuts along the way. And then we're going to go ahead and make it from scratch. All right, so come on in, everybody. We already have 45 likes now, 60 likes. Oh, I forgot to turn on that setting, but come on in, everybody. Let's get started. All right, let's get it started. Let me turn on my struggle air conditioning. Sorry, y'all, over here. All right, so let me show you all the video that came up in my feed, and then we're going to watch it together. Have I ever made this before? No. Has that ever stopped us? No. We're going to make it together. Hello, Jessica is here. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Sonia. Okay, so let's move this to the beginning.
You're getting something salted. I want to lose weight. This is what I would eat. And your girl got to lose some weight, because how did I put on an extra 10 pounds? They wasn't lying when they said happy weight. Stepped on the scale for the first time since your girl, yeah, I might be lying.
Congratulations.
15 pounds, but this is what I would eat. They have peanut butter. Make sure your peanut butter has about 1 to 2 ingredients. Because what are we doing with 25 ingredients? It's peanut butter. All you need is dry roasted peanuts and maybe a little salt if you're getting something salted. 2 ingredients. That's it. Coconut aminos, less sodium than your traditional soy sauce. Lime juice. Sesame oil. Ginger, as well as some garlic powder.
Ginger powder, garlic powder, and honey.
Right, so now I got my chopsticks, honey. I still don't know how to use it.
So that's going to be the dipping sauce. So we'll try and stir it up. Then we're going to wet our rice wrappers.
We got some. Oh, that's really fresh because the person should be forward, in roll. Tuck, in roll. Be gentle now so you don't rip that paper. You can tighten it right, okay? And that's your spring roll. But look.
Isn't that pretty? Put some sesame seeds on the top. Dunk and go.
All those fresh vegetables.
What do y'all think?
This is the star of the show. The peanut sauce with the fresh vegetables. It's fresh.
And we know that peanut sauce is going to be good.
You don't feel guilty eating this because it's protein and vegetables. It will get better than some peanut sauce.
Another protein and produce meal. Now that peanut butter is going to have some calories in it, but I think that looks great. That could be a nice snack. That could be a great girl dinner. You like spring rolls and lumpia, so absolutely. So we're going to try to recreate this. If you don't want to cook, it's going to be summertime. If you're tired of eating salad in a bowl, this could be a way for you to get your salad and your veggies in. If you've got picky eaters, little ones or big ones, we're going to try and recreate this. So we're already up to 620 likes. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get to 750. If you like savory recipes, today is your day. So we're going to go ahead and clean off the counter. I'll wash my hands, and then we're going to go through the ingredients. So welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I usually cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. Hello, Jack. Thank you so much for the smiles. We're at 900 likes already. Thank you all so much. Make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV, TikTok's home of the longest running live cooking show. There's cooking content every day of the week. You can get this recipe and all of my recipes and all the other creator recipes on foodtalktv.com. And I'm with you all Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, except for next week. You all know our oldest is a Marine, and I get to see Marcus next week. So I am very excited. So I'll miss you all next week. But if you like my travel content, you can find me on all the platforms. All right. Mad, you missed me last week. I was here, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the smiles. Okay. So let me clean my hands. So we're going to start with this peanut sauce. Now, look, peanut butter is like my mortal enemy. I love it. But you know, it's one of those things that's pretty dense in calories, but you know, some of us have to worry about that. Some of us don't. The first time I make a recipe, I always try to make it exactly like the original creator. After that, you can doctor it up. You could do maybe like a sugar-free like chili sauce or anything, but we got lots of fresh veggies here. I'll show you all a shortcut and then we're gonna go ahead and cut them up. Hello, Christine on TikTok. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Fifth House Productions is here. Team Greedy in the house. Yes, you all know we are greedy. We like to eat clearly. We like to eat, all right? So now on this recipe, she didn't give any measurements, so we're just going to wing it, all right? So the first thing for the peanut sauce, and you can buy peanut sauce already made, but I think it is good to know how to make it. You may have some of these ingredients already. So you can start with peanut butter. And she said you want to have like a very minimally processed peanut butter. You could go as natural as you want to. I saw this one on the Walmart app. So this one is Jif. It just says simply creamy. You can use any peanut butter that you have. Some of them have extra like sugars and oils. I am not the food police. Do whatever works for you. But I am going to use this unsweetened peanut butter because if you notice, she had honey in the recipe. And I have a substitute for you all. If you can't have peanuts, maybe you could do almond butter. If you can't have nuts at all, maybe like a tahini. Oh, that comes from sesame seeds. Are nuts and seeds the same thing? I don't know. Does anybody know? I don't know. And neither do you all. But I love to give you all some substitutes if you need to avoid some of these ingredients. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. We're already at 3,800 likes. I appreciate it so much. All right. So we're going to taste this for research purposes since this is a new product and we want to see how good it is. All right. So let's give this a taste. And since it says unsweetened, you all know my mom used to cook with the natural, like the Smucker's natural peanut butter, you know, the one that separates from the oil and it's really chunky. You got to get in there. Ooh, this is good. And I don't think you really need the sweet. I think it has a natural sweetness on its own. All right, so we're just gonna eyeball it. I'm probably gonna do like 1/4 to 1/2 cup. That's a lot of peanut butter. Watch your portion sizes on these, y'all, because 2 tablespoons is gonna give you 200 calories. Hello, Sherry. Thank you so much for being here. So if that matters to you, watch your condiments and beverages, all right? That's always the culprit for me. Hello, Marie. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. All right, so let's get started. Let's get a spatula and scoop this up. Scoop this in here. And again, I'm not measuring anything, but there is a recipe on foodtalktv.com. My mom taught me just taste your food as you go, especially with sauces. You can adjust it as needed. As long as it's not raw, it's not going to hurt you. All right, so I'm just going to do like a big old blob. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is terrible, of peanut butter. And to make it easier, well, I think we'll be okay. I was thinking, should I microwave this? I think I'll be okay. This one is looking pretty creamy on its own. If you have a real natural peanut butter, y'all know the one that's almost like chalky, you may need to microwave it a little bit just so it can stir, but I think we're gonna be okay. So let me scrape that down. All right, so I'm just gonna keep watching this video and we'll add everything in here. Let's see what goes into our peanut sauce, all right? So we have peanut butter, obviously, and this is getting fun and kind of messy. All right, let me listen to it again.
We have peanut butter. Make sure your peanut butter has about 1 to 2 ingredients.
Peanut
What are we
butter.
doing with 20 plus ingredients?
See if we can get it on. Y'all help me with the recipe because I know I'm going to forget something.
2 ingredients. That's it. Coconut aminos, less sodium than your traditional soy sauce. Get into it. Lime juice.
Lime juice.
Sesame oil.
Sesame oil.
Ginger. As well as some
garlic.
powder.
Okay, we're just going to stop there because I get overwhelmed easily. All right, so I want to walk you all through everything. So she called out coconut aminos. This is a great substitute for soy sauce. If you could have soy sauce, have some for me. I can have soy sauce, but it does have a lot more sodium. I don't have to worry about salt. I do have to worry about sugar. So if that's something that you need to worry about, coconut aminos is soy free and it's also gluten free. Now look, what do I know? I'm just a mom on the internet, but believe it or not, gluten is added to a lot of ingredients that don't need or don't naturally come with gluten. So you can get gluten-free soy sauce, but this is the substitute. All right, so I just wanted to show you all. So I didn't have very much coconut aminos. So I'm just gonna put in what I have. And then if I need to top it off with soy sauce, I will. So I'm just gonna put all of that in there. All right. And then I think she said lime juice. So I actually did buy a lime. So I'm going to cut it in half and juice it. Now we'll see if we have enough, but we're just going to put it all in there and go. So far we just have 2 ingredients. We have the peanut butter and we have the coconut aminos or soy sauce. All right, so let me find my lime. I have so much produce here, y'all. It actually looks really pretty. I'll bring it down so some of y'all can see. Come on in, everybody. We're already at 6,200 likes. Thank you all so much for being here and welcome. I am Maggie, and this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. And we are making spring rolls with a peanut dipping sauce. So we're starting with the dipping sauce and then we'll set it aside, all right? So I have a lime here. I'll go ahead and wash it. And I'm actually going to roll it on the counter a little bit. It's kind of solid as a rock. It's kind of rough, so I'm just going to roll it a little bit so we can get some good juice out of it. We got Auntie Jenny in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Trisha. Thank you so much for being here. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie, and I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we're making spring rolls. The weather's getting warmer where I am, so maybe if you're tired of eating salads, this could be a great substitute for you. Now we're going to use a real lime, but you could also use lime juice. You know, fresh is best if you can get it. And I try to give you all the fresh ingredients, but use what you have. Thank you, Babs, for the hearts. I appreciate it so much. Hello, Michael Perez. Thank you so much for being here. All right, y'all are liking that. All right, so let's cut this in half. I'm going to try and use my, what is it, Santuco? There's a name for this blade. Is it Santuco? Y'all know I don't know. But I'm going to try and be as authentic as possible. Thank you all so much for being here. We're at 6,700 likes. Let's see if we can get to 7,000. Okay, I'm just going to cut this crossways. All right. And funnily enough, limes don't have seeds. I wonder how they grow them. I don't know. Oh, it smells so yummy. Okay, so we're going to squeeze. I'm just going to start with half of the lime in here, half of the lime juice. And then if we need it a little bit more tangy, because you know your peanut butter is really creamy. If we need more tangy, then we'll do that. All right, come on in, everybody, and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. We're at 6,900 likes. Let's see if we can get to 7,000. So we are making our own peanut sauce. So far, we have peanut butter. I'd say probably like a quarter, half a cup, maybe a third, and then probably a couple tablespoons of coconut aminos. This is probably a tablespoon or 2 of lime juice. So this will give us a little zip for our zippity-doo-dah. All right. Oh, we made it to 7,000 likes. I don't have strong hands. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. Let me see. All right. So we squeezed half of the lime. Don't toss this. If you're drinking water or drinking tea after you juice your lime or lemon, just put this in the pitcher or put this in the glass and keep refilling so you can continue to get that flavor, all right? Groceries are expensive. We don't want to waste. Okay, lime juice. The other thing that she said was garlic powder and ginger powder. Now, here's the thing. I used up our garlic powder last week. What did we make last week? I forgot, y'all. Somebody knows. I feel like it has something to do with chicken. So all I have is ground ginger. but I do have garlic paste and ginger paste, all right? So, and you could also use fresh as well. So we're just going to season it up. Let me get our pastes. All right. So you can get these in the refrigerator. Oh, I already had some out. I was like, I knew I had some. Y'all, I keep buying ingredients for these recipes, and then I end up with so many, and I don't want to waste. All right, so we have our ginger paste, and we have our garlic paste. Or if you have garlic powder and ginger powder, that's what she used in the recipe, but I'm going to use what I have. Hello, Jenny Jean. Thank you so much for being here. Bria says, I never knew that. Google says store limes typically don't, but key limes have seeds. Okay, hello, Jay. Thank you so much for being here. I didn't know that. I love a good key lime. Who doesn't love a good key lime pie? I like it tart. You know, when it gets you right here, I love that. All right, so we're opening up our paste, and I'm just going to do like a teaspoon because we can always add more if we need more. We're making our own peanut sauce. We're at 7,700 likes. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are doing a non-cooking cooking class today, all right? So we have our ginger paste and our garlic paste, and I use these in soups and stews. It's a great little shortcut. So we're just gonna, oh shoot, y'all, I'm glad I looked. Can anybody see the mistake I almost made? Who can find it? Oops. Focus, Maggie. My goodness. All right. Who can see what I almost did? All right. It says a tablespoon of the paste is a tablespoon of the grated one. I'm just looking to see which one has the earliest, what's it called, expiration date. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. Come on in. Welcome, everybody. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. And look, you can get roasted garlic or regular garlic. So we'll go with the regular garlic. This one probably gives you a little depth of flavor. All right. So we are making our own peanut sauce. The recipe calls for ginger powder and garlic powder, but I'm going to use ginger paste and garlic paste. And be careful, they all look the same. I almost used double ginger. That was the mistake I almost made. All right. So let's do a squeeze of ginger. And then we're going to do the same thing with the garlic. All right. So far in here, it looks about the same. We have peanut butter, coconut aminos, lime juice, garlic powder, ginger powder, and then the last thing she put in there is honey. Now, if you can have honey, have some for me. I know it's natural and it's great. Go ahead. But I do have some sugar-free honey substitutes I'm going to show you all. We're at 9,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. All right. So these are some options that I use. We have the Wholesome Yum. This one is open. This is my zero sugar honey, and it gives you the nice little drizzle of honey. And then this is also a Choc Zero honey substitute. So these are honey substitutes that are zero sugar. If that's something important to you, maybe you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, I'm not a doctor, don't listen to me, all right? So we're just gonna squeeze a nice little dollop of zero sugar honey in here, or use the real thing. Thank you all so much. We're at 9,700 likes. Let's see if we can make it to 10,000. If you like Asian inspired cuisine, tap that screen and let's see. If we get to 10,000, you can also share the live with anybody else. Okay, I'm going to stir it up, but I just want to rewatch the ingredients for the peanut sauce. And if you're just coming in, you can get caught up on what we're doing. So that is the goal. And I want to make sure we have all the ingredients, and then we're going to stir it up. So this is the goal. We're going to make our own spring rolls, and we're going to make them with a peanut dipping sauce. All right. So
weight, this is what I would eat. And your girl got to lose some weight, because how did I put on an extra
ginger does come in a paste, yes.
Stepped on the scale for the first time since your girl.
This one is from Aldi.
A little bit, it might have been 15 pounds, but this is what I would eat since I lose some weight. They have peanut butter.
Okay,
peanut butter,
focus. Peanut butter.
What are we doing with 20 fucking ingredients? Huh? It's peanut butter. All you need is dry roasted peanuts and maybe a little salt.
Gosh, they look all the same.
2 ingredients. That's it.
Okay,
focus. Less sodium.
Coconut aminos.
Soy sauce. Into it. Lime juice.
Lime juice.
Sesame oil.
Oh, we didn't do the sesame oil.
As well as some garlic powder. Honey.
Honey. I think that's it.
I got my chopsticks, honey. I still don't know how to use these, but we learned.
All right. So we're going to stir it up. So all I forgot was the sesame oil. All right. So I do have some sesame oil. Let me grab that. Yes. All right. Now, this is sesame oil. We're going to put some of this in. Again, this is an oil, so this is going to be kind of high in calories. So a little bit goes a long way. Do whatever works for you. Sesame oil is more of a flavor oil or a drizzling oil. This is not going to be a cooking oil, but it gives you kind of that nuttiness, that umami, that just, it's so good. All right, so let's see if we can stir this. I hope I don't regret not microwaving my peanut butter. All right, everybody, so come on in. We're going to see if we can make a nice little peanut sauce here. Let me put this over a napkin so it doesn't make too much noise. Welcome. Gosh, it smells so good, you all. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making our own peanut sauce. And I do have some chopsticks there. Ooh, it's come together, but I think it needs to be, I think it's a little bit thick. It's more of a paste, and we want more of like a drippable sauce. So I think I'm going to taste it, and then I think I'm going to thin it out with a little bit of soy sauce. But let me taste it first and see if we need to add anything else, because we want to dunk our spring rolls in there. No recipe, we're just winging it, all right? So we want that nice peanut sauce flavor, and then we want that nice texture too. It's good, y'all. Oh, it's good. Okay, I'm gonna be in trouble. Let's add some more soy sauce or coconut aminos. You could probably also thin it out with a little bit of water. And I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too salty. All right. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, I'm making a mess. Maybe I added too much peanut butter. But I think that's good. I'm going to taste it one more time. It's still a little bit thick. What do you all think? Add some water to it? I'm going to set it behind me so we can get started, but give it one more taste. Thin it out. Y'all, it's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put it behind me, add some water. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to try and get it into like a soft, I'm splattering myself. Try and get it into like a drizzleable consistency. And just because we make a lot of it doesn't mean we need to eat all of it, because this is going to be probably the densest calories. And then you could, you know, make extra spring rolls and then dip and go. All right, it's coming together. I think this is doing its thing. Let me do like she did and get the chopsticks. All right. Yeah, I think it's coming together. And we'll put it in another container so that it looks good. I just want to make sure, yeah, there we go. It's kind of giving us more of a pourable. All right. Let's give it one last taste, and then I think we're good with the peanut sauce. Water was the key. And I want to just check. It's still a little bit thick. And water will be good to kind of lessen the impact. We're up to 14,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Yeah, there we go. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We just made our own peanut sauce. I'm just going to taste it, and then I'm going to put it in our serving container, because that's a lot. Oh my God. It's so good, y'all. I can't explain it. It's like creamy and salty and savory all at the same time. All right. So we're done with our peanut sauce. Now we are going to make our spring rolls. I'm going to cut up the veggies. Let me just put this in a nice little presentation container so that when we plate it, it looks nice. All right. There we go. And we'll probably put some like sesame seeds on there just for a little bit of extra flair, because why be regular when you can be extra? All right. So I'm going to put this behind me. So that's done. And now we've got some veggies to chop. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. If you've just joined us, this is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making spring rolls. Thank you so much. Yes, not coconut milk. We did coconut aminos. You could do coconut milk if you wanted to. Honestly, you know, with all of these recipes, they say it's just a suggestion. Add what you like and take out what you don't. All right, y'all, so we've got some veggies to chop. So for this recipe, to make these spring rolls, she has cucumber, carrot, red bell pepper, lettuce, mint, and there's something else that I'm missing. So I am going to take the time and I'm going to chop everything fresh for you all. Isn't that beautiful? But if you don't have time, I thought about this, you all. You can buy, what are these? Like stir fry veggies, not the frozen ones, but the ones that are, you know, made to cook, the saute veggies, because it's got the carrot, it's got a lot of stuff in there. Now it does have like broccoli and some other things, but if you just have, we're going to use this chicken. You could buy like Tyson chicken breast, or we're going to use the John Souls chicken. Get some veggies already in a bag. And then your spring roll wraps, you already have everything that you need. So that's a shortcut substitute for you all, but I'm gonna try and do everything from scratch. But just wanted to give you all some ideas, okay? No excuses here. You can make something at home really simple. All right, so we're gonna get the cutting board, and I'm going to, I can't say that I can julienne, but I can chop up some veggies. So let's go ahead and do that and get everything ready to assemble. Bab says coleslaw mix too. That's right. You could do your cabbage and carrot, the red cabbage. It's a great idea. All right. So let's get these cut up. And we'll just do enough for our spring rolls. You could probably, if you have a fancy grocery store, you could probably buy your julienne vegetables. You know, like they sell the zoodles already in the, what's it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You could probably buy those. All right, so we have a cucumber here. If you don't like cucumber, leave it out or substitute it. I'm just gonna do half. So this could be great on the weekends when you're doing your meal prep or whenever you do it. You know, chop up your vegetables, use some of them for the spring rolls, use some of them for a salad. Absolutely. Yeah, you all like the tricolor cabbage. That would be a great, real easy shortcut to this meal. You know, I'm just going through and doing everything with you all per the recipe. So let's cut this in half. Now I'm going to try and cut all of our veggies kind of about the same length, you know, the strips. And what I'm thinking, just so you all know, I'm going to use this bag chicken. And since this is chicken strips, I'm going to try and cut veggie strips so that you get a little bit of everything in the bite. All right. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. So we're going to cut this in half. We're going to put the flat side down. And then we're just going to do as little strips as we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to try and make 4. I think she plated 4 of these spring rolls. And whenever you're doing burritos, tacos, anything where you're filling it up, a little goes a long way. It looks like, oh, that's not enough. No, believe me, it's enough. Because when you go to roll it up and fill it up, it can bust loose really easily. All right, so this is where you would bring out your ninja cutting skills. All right, let me do a little bit more. I'll do the other half of the cucumber, and I'm going to cut it in half again because it's kind of thick. But this is, you know, something that you could customize on your own. Again, get the kids involved. You know, we all eat with our eyes first. Let them pick out the veggies that they like. When the kids were little, that's what I would do. When we took them to Subway, I would say you can have whatever you like. You just got to pick a vegetable, 2 vegetables. All right. So it could be spinach and tomato. It could be pickles and onions. It could be cucumber and olives, whatever you like. I think the way hers were kind of swirled around, it looked like, and I do have one of those, y'all. I just, by the time I assemble all those gadgets, sometimes I'm like, I could have done it myself. But I do have a spiralizer. So if you are, especially if you want to make a nice presentation, you can. All right. So we have our cucumber there, our struggle cucumber. The next thing that she had is carrot. So we're doing this the long way. Thank you, Katie Bits, for the gifts. Yes, you would slice peppers. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Erin Laura is here. One of my day ones. I appreciate y'all so much. So let's get a carrot. We'll do the same thing. Let me see if I have my vegetable peeler. I'm going to peel this. Well, okay. It's somewhere. Let's just wash it and we'll, you would think I would have everything out. I'm just going to use the knife. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Cookie. Cookie says I cut great. I'm just doing this old-fashioned underneath the sink. Into the sink. We'll just get some of the outside off. But, it's vegetables. You'll be fine. So we're just going to try and cut our carrot the same way as our cucumber. All right. So, yes, it's kind of struggle cutting. However, once we get them wrapped up into the rice paper, you won't really be able to tell. All right, now I'm gonna try and cut this in half, especially when you have these wobbly bits. You wanna try and give yourself a flat surface so that it doesn't move on you, all right? You wanna be careful. Now I'm doing this the hard way, but, okay, hold on, y'all. Alexa, set volume to 0. My robot device has a, what do they call it, a routine where when it hears water, it turns on like relaxing, chill music. But I don't want to get a copyright, so let me turn that down. All right, perfect. All right, so let's do a little bit more carrot. And again, if you don't like carrot, I don't know, do radishes, do cabbage, do whatever you like. Have it your way, Burger King. And I'm just trying to get these about the same size as the cucumber so that we can wrap them up nicely. Doing a little bit of struggle peeling here in the sink. So again, come on in, everybody. Welcome. We're up to 22,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 25,000. This is a great way, again, to get veggies in. If you have picky kids or picky big ones, anybody who's like, I don't like vegetables. You do now, all right? Thank you all so much for being here. You've never had this spring roll? Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. We're just gonna slice these kind of small. Those cooking shows that have everything like pre-done and portioned so nicely and you just reach for one ingredient at a time? This is not that, all right? We struggle cook here, but I'm gonna try and get them thin enough, maybe not matchsticks, but so we've got one carrot and we got a half of a cucumber. I think that's good. So once you do the cutting part, you can get the kids involved when it's time to assemble. Avengers assemble. Everybody likes to eat. So that's what my mom did to get us comfortable in the kitchen. Have them be part of the cooking process. That's how they learn. And of course, safety first. And I think that's great. So welcome, everybody. Come on in. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Kitchen snacks. Okay, next, bell pepper. I love the stoplight peppers, the red, yellow, and green. I know there's no green here. She had red peppers, so I'm going to take out this one. These are not spicy. They're actually naturally sweet. And I love, it's like tasting the rainbow. My mom says, who is a retired home economics teacher, your plate, your food should have at least 3 colors on it. So far we have green and orange, which is perfect. We're gonna add a lot of volume and fiber and crunch to these spring rolls naturally, all right? So you're gonna have a lot of hydration from the vegetables and all that good stuff. All right, so many different ways to cut the peppers. I'm just gonna take the seed out. And ooh, it smells so good. Gosh, y'all, I don't know. Produce is just beautiful. You know, when you learn to eat it, so much food that we eat doesn't have real ingredients. I'm not the food police, don't listen to me. But it is nice when you get to enjoy something that's kind of real. All right, so let's do some small strips here. Our peppers are gonna be easier to cut. And we're just gonna do these about the same size as our cucumbers and our carrots. So again, welcome in. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are making spring rolls. So even if we don't use all of these veggies, these would be wonderful for packing lunches. Hello, Eileen. We're making spring rolls. I'll show you the video again when we come to a stopping point. Come on, Eileen. But you have these extra veggies here. You can dip them in ranch for those of y'all who like ranch, or they're just great, you know, on their own. You know, sometimes if you just kind of crave something crunchy, believe it or not, fresh veggies, you know, their natural plumpness and hydration. Let me take some of the, what is this called? The vein or the flesh. Y'all know I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm just a mom on the internet. Bria likes veggies. Avengers Assemble. Yeah, absolutely. Because it looks pretty, right? I think it looks pretty. We have all these beautiful colors. And that way you can feed your family something fun or feed yourself something light, especially if you like salads. Now we're taking the time to cut everything fresh, but like I said, you can buy your veggies already cut up, or you could take time on the weekends to cut them up. And then you have these ready to go for the week. Throw them in a stir fry, put them in an omelet, whatever you like. All right. Have it your way, Burger King. Thank you all. We're at 27,000 likes. Thank you all so much for being here. And again, the goal is to try and get them all about the same size so that when we assemble, we have a little bit of everything in the bite. Okay. She also had green onion. I think she had green onion. Did she have green onion? Hold up, y'all. Let's for those of y'all who just came in, I just want to make sure. So we just made our sauce. Let me make sure I get all of the ingredients.
Sweetness. All right, so now I got my chopsticks, honey. I still don't know how to use these, but we learned.
It's really good, y'all. All right, so we're gonna get our rice paper. Let's see, cucumbers, scallions.
Ooh, that's really fresh. Forward.
Okay. Oh, it's a lot. They go so fast on these reels. So she did say scallions. I thought I saw scallions. So I did order some green onion. So we will just do some of the, let me just chop off like the tops here. We'll go. And if you don't like onion, that's totally fine. So we have two greens. Now on these, honestly, y'all, I don't really think I need to, I don't even think I'm going to cut them. I don't mind them big like this. I'm just going to leave them just like that. You could slit them, but I think it's fine because by the time I slit them, then I'd be putting extra on there. All right. So that was easy. Green onion. And then I don't know if you all heard, she said mint. I tried to order mint and I couldn't get any. So I do have some dry mint, but I know it's not the same. You can use any herbs that you like. So I asked the shopper to pick up basil. So I'm going to use some fresh basil, but this is a great way to get extra flavor without extra, ooh, you would add scallions to the sauce. I know. Fresh herbs or lots of spices, not hot spicy, but lots of spices give you a lot of flavor without the extra calories. Now, basil has like its own little minty bite to it. Oh, A little goes a long way. I love this stuff. It's great on a pizza, but we're not having pizza. Thank you all. We're at 29,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 30,000. So I'm just going to rinse this off and I'm just going to roll this up and chop it. All right. So it could be mint. It could be basil. I also have cilantro would be really good, but whatever you like, you can use it. Use all of it. I guess you could. I'm going to be a little bit delicate with the mint just because, I'm sorry, with the basil because it's so strong and I can always add extra if I need to, but I'm just going to chop this. Now this one I'm just going to chop into small pieces and then we can kind of sprinkle this in. Once you get into these, I don't know if I want the stem. All right, I'll go ahead and do the other one. Once you cut into them, then the oils release. We made it to 30,000 likes. Jenny Jean wants cilantro. Okay, my dear, you got it. I do have some cilantro, a little extra, but you all see what we're doing here. So you can make these your own. This is just her recipe. And the first time I make a recipe, I always try to make it exactly like they did. Then you can customize it however you like. All right. But I do have some cilantro in the fridge, so I'm running out of space, but we'll chop some up. Would basil and cilantro go together well? You all tell me. Is that going to be too much competition? I have these little planters. Y'all know I have been struggling with my cilantro if you've been with me, but I got these little planters. So I'll just do just a little bit of cilantro. All right. I'm just worried it's going to, hello, Tony Ann. The Thai basil, yes, cilantro. Hello, Lily. Thank you for being here. So I'll put a little bit of cilantro for you. All right. So we got our cilantro going in. Oh, it smells so fresh and herbaceous. I don't know. Is that a word? It is now. But it just smells so fresh and herby. Okay. So I think we have all of our veggies. Is that all of our veggies, you all? Because we're out of space on the cutting board. Now we're ready to assemble. All right, let's just go through the vegetables one more time. Just make sure I didn't miss anything because y'all know I'm always messing up. And she's doing them right now. All right, so we did the peanut sauce. Google said basil and cilantro pair well. Okay, cucumber. Oh, she did have some lettuce in there. Gosh, that's fast. Okay. So I had a bag of salad, y'all. I know, so janky. But I had a salad for lunch today, and I actually have, this is just regular like garden salad. I think we got plenty of vegetables, but I'll just put some lettuce, or you could use romaine and everything. I'm gonna try this basil and cilantro together just to see how they taste on their own. Oh, it's good, y'all. It is clearing all of this, but in a good way. Oh, that's yummy. I think I want some more cilantro. Now, it looked like she used crispy chicken. We're going to use some grilled chicken. If you have rotisserie chicken, if you have fried chicken, you could use whatever you like. Oh, that's good. How can I explain it? It's kind of grassy and minty. It's like grass bubble gum. I know it sounds weird, but the cilantro has, and those of you who don't like cilantro, it kind of kills that cilantro taste, but that basil is very, very bright. All right, y'all. So this is what's going to go inside of our, doesn't this look beautiful? This is what's going to go inside of our spring rolls. We have fresh cucumber, we have carrot, red pepper, we have basil, scallions. I just have some romaine lettuce, and then we have some cilantro over here. All right, so I'm going to move everything because we need to now assemble and start to wrap our, what are they called? Spring rolls. And with that one, we got to kind of focus because once those rice papers get wet, we have committed. Looks like the rainbow. Doesn't it look like the rainbow? See, those of y'all who don't eat vegetables, you would eat this. I think you would eat that. All right. Or maybe not, but you would look at it and you would say, oh, it looks pretty. So again, we did this. If you have more time than money, cut up your vegetables like we did. If you have more money than time, you can buy your vegetables already julienned. All right, so we're done with this. We'll just move everything. And I'm just gonna wipe down a little bit because when you have the rice papers, once they get wet, you are committed. They start to soften. All right, I think I'll put just a little bit extra salad. If you got a bag of salad lying around, bag of coleslaw, just use what you have. All right, so all of our ingredients. I'm gonna make room so y'all can see everything. So again, come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making our own spring rolls with our peanut sauce. So we started by making the peanut sauce. We have peanut butter. You could use soy sauce or coconut aminos if you want to avoid soy. We have lime juice. We have sesame oil. We did thin it out with some water. And then I used a honey substitute, or you can use real honey. All right. So we have that behind us. We have a lovely peanut dipping sauce. Now we just cut up our vegetables, and I'm just cleaning up the counter because now we're going to assemble our spring rolls. And I have the already cooked chicken. So we have this, but if you don't like chicken, could you also do a steak spring roll? Bab says, what is amino? I will show you, my dear. So this is it, coconut aminos. So this is a soy sauce substitute, and we use all of it up until you use me up. So this is a soy-free, gluten-free, less sodium option for soy sauce. You can absolutely use, oh, that's sesame oil. Hold up, y'all. They all look the same. So you can absolutely use soy sauce, but funnily enough, they do put gluten in soy sauce, and gluten is kind of like that mouthfeel, that chewiness that you get from dough, from bread. We love it, but a lot of times they will add gluten to things that don't necessarily need it, like ice cream and soy sauce. So you may have a gluten sensitivity like me, and you're thinking, I don't eat that much bread. You baby eat a lot of things that have gluten added. Okay, but don't listen to me. I'm not the doctor. All right, y'all. Now the fun part is coming. I'm so excited. We have a lot of kitchen scraps today because of all this fresh produce. But it's a good thing. All right. So who is team chicken? Look like she used chicken. Who is team steak? Now, everything is either cold or room temperature. I kind of feel like I would warm it, but okay, so I am going to move this over here. All right, so here's my plan. Got to set up some stations. So we're going to use the spring roll rice paper. All right, so 2 of these is 70 calories. It's kind of low calorie, not so much low carb, but this is a great gluten-free substitute compared to like wonton wrappers or something like that. Ooh, Jurgen says you've made spring rolls with broccoli. Yeah, if you all just hopped in, save all of your chopping and just buy some stir-fry veggies. Go with this and your chicken and you're set. Okay, so these are our rice paper wrappers. They're very delicate and dry. So we're going to, I'm going to put some water in this tray and we will dunk them in and then take them out and then assemble everything. All right, hold up. I'm getting nervous because I always mess up. Let me go ahead and take the chicken out so we have everything ready to go. Because once you, what's the word? Once you wet them, they start to kind of dissolve. So we're just using the pre-cooked chicken strips. All right. I'm just gonna pour some in here. You could do chicken, you could do steak, you could do whatever you have, or you could do veggie. You know, you could just do the veggies and the peanut sauce for our vegan friends and our vegetarian friends. All right. So I just want to make sure I have everything ready to go. And I'm going to get another cutting board so we can roll. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and get a plate. So once they're, I have to think this through, y'all, because you know I'll mess up. I'm going to go ahead and get a plate. That way, once they're assembled, we're good to go. Because she had 4. All right. So we have our peanut sauce that we made. I'm going to set that over here. We're going to put some water in this. This is fun. This could be a nice little date night or family meal. You just got to make sure you're prepared because usually I am not. All right, let's get this some water. Okay. All right. All right, let's think this through. We're going to take, oh, I'm nervous. Let me put this here so that you all can actually see the wrapping and turn this way. Okay. I don't think it really matters the order, but I do want them to be pretty. Okay. We're up to 40,000 likes. Thank you all so much for being here. Erin Laura's team steak. Gil Chris wants steak. Okay. Let's see if we can make 4 chicken and then I'll make a steak one for you. I'm sure we'll have extra ingredients. So what we're going to do now is go back. This one's kind of janky, but it's fine. I think she made 4. So we have our rice wrappers. I'm going to dip these in the water, and you don't want to leave them in there because they'll start to disintegrate pretty fast. We're going to put them in the water, and then I think we're going to put all our veggies and then chicken and then roll it up. All right, so this is going in the water just to submerge it, maybe like 5 seconds. I am nervous. Oh, thank you all so much. Okay, so once you wet them, it becomes a little bit more pliable. All right. So let's go in with the veggies. I'm going to do some cucumber. All right, then we're going to do some carrot. Then we're going to do some red pepper. Then we're going to do some cilantro. And then we're going to do some basil. No, that was green onion. This one is the cilantro. Some cilantro and basil, and some lettuce for crunch. All right, did we get some of everything? Yes. And then I'm going to put, I want to do more, but let's not get greedy. All right, so we're going to tuck it in and we're going to roll it. And then try and fold in the sides, and keep rolling. Oh, my sides are coming apart. I'm just going to leave it face down for now. See if it gets a little bit better. All right, let's see if I can do another one. Something tells me it'll still taste good. All right. This one's got a little crack, but I think it'll be okay. All right, let's leave it in there a little bit longer. Come on in, everybody. Yes, Dreaming says the wraps need to be wet first. And I don't know if you can see over here, I do have them in some water. The key is with the water, it's like if you don't wet them enough, then they don't soften. But if you wet them too much, they're too soft and then they'll tear on you. All right, so let's try this again. All right, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna do cucumber, carrot, red pepper. Let's do 2 of everything. Let's do some basil. Let's do some cilantro. Let's do some lettuce. And then 2 pieces of chicken. All right, so let's try. Let's go over and kind of tuck it in. Please don't tear. I don't know if I'm softening them enough, or maybe my wrappers aren't big enough. This one is kind of like dinner plate size, but you can get them like pizza size, really, really big. All right. All right. So far, we have 2. Hers looks so pretty. All right. We're going to make 4. Let's do another one. More water time? Okay, Debbie. Okay, Heavy Hitter says let them soak in the water longer. All right, y'all. So we're going to let them soak in the water. See if we can, Bria says it's exciting. I hope so. That's one word for it. You can also just run these underneath the kitchen sink. Let them soak up a little bit. And if that's the trick, then we'll have 2 extras. I don't know how well these will last the next day. You probably need to eat them fresh, right? All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can make it flat. But yeah, that did soften it. Okay. I got a bad feeling about this one. Let's see. I'm going to try and put the ingredients kind of flat along the bottom, and the red, and the crunch, and the basil, and the cilantro, and 1 piece of chicken. Let's see how that goes. Ah, there you go. Ah, y'all were right. Is the water warm? It's kind of regular temperature. Maybe it needs to be warm. But yeah, more time in the water did work. Mine aren't folded as tight, but yeah, I'll do that. I'm just going to pour this out, and I'm just going to run some hot water in the sink. All right, this one's kind of janky. Still going to be delicious? I know. Well, thank you all so much. We'll make it look pretty. But you all get the gist of it. We have a lot more veggies than we needed. So I would make the wrappers that you're going to eat. You could always pack up the veggies and have those the next day. They'll still stay crunchy. Okay, I'm using warm water now. CJ says, can I come over? Absolutely, I'll feed y'all. It's no problem. All right, so let's try one more. Let's get some red pepper, some carrots. Let's get our cucumber. Let's do our green onion. Let's do our basil. Let's do our cilantro and some crunchy lettuce. And then let's see if I can get the chicken in here. All right, here we go. Tuck it in and roll it tight. Ah, I think this one, oh, you know, it's coming out the side, but I think it still looks good. Oh, see, it's tearing. Oh. It looks pretty though. It tore. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to stick this in here. I'm going to top it with some sesame seeds, and we're going to give it a taste. All right. So let me see if I can arrange them to look nice. But you all get the gist of it. Let's see. Ooh, careful, when they get together, they stick to each other. So let's do that. All right. And then she topped it with some sesame seeds. I have some sesame seeds. Looks good enough to eat. Thank you all so much. You're so kind. Okay. So we just have some regular sesame seeds. I bought a big bag. So we're going to sprinkle these on here. All right. So we have our 4 spring rolls. Give it a little sesame seed love. Looks good. Beautiful plate. Oh, thank you all so much. All right, so let's take a picture, and then we got to taste it. And if y'all want, I'll make a steak one, but I'm not very good at it. But I want to taste it all together. Okay, let me move everything and take a picture. So I actually like this one that's open. I like kind of seeing that, like a little fan. Let me get my phone and take a picture. And we'll take a bite. But yeah, I think the sauce is what's gonna make it so yummy. But the sauce definitely has the extra calories. But you know, when you're eating just protein and produce like that, what do they say? You can treat yourself. All right. So let's take pictures, and then we're going to take a video. All right, so today we made our spring rolls. Inside they have grilled chicken. Oh my God, did it just die? That battery died. Let's use this one. Let's try that again. All right. Here we go. All right, so today we made our spring rolls. Inside we have grilled chicken, carrot, basil, cilantro. We have green onion, red pepper, and lettuce wrapped in rice paper wrappers topped with sesame seeds with their own homemade peanut dressing. Enjoy. All right, y'all, you ready? So this was, I was gonna show you what the plan was. Let's go for a small one. All right. So you all can see after letting them sit for a while, they become really like soft and pliable. So we're gonna go in for a nice bite. We're gonna go in for our peanut sauce. Oh my! Y'all, oh my God, I'm drooling. It's so good. I'm gonna stuff some more chicken in there. It's so good. I was worried that the basil and the cilantro would overpower. When I tell you it is so good. So this was her plate. I think we did it. This is my plate, my struggle plate. Yes, the basil and cilantro, y'all, I'm telling you, it's so good. And I know this peanut sauce, find a way to make a lower calorie version. But when I tell you, save your money on your takeout, y'all would eat that. Y'all would eat that. You tuned in just in time. I'm so happy. They're falling apart, but it's so good, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all. Delicious. Again, use what you have, whatever chicken you have, whatever veggies you have. So again, you can make your own peanut sauce and that will keep. Buy your own chicken tenders, buy your own stir-fried veggies, or use the coleslaw. But yeah, really don't shy away from the basil and the cilantro. It's so good. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna miss you next week. You all know I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X. We made it to 55,000 likes. Thank you all so much. So I am a boy mom times two. Our oldest, Marcus, is a United States Marine, and I haven't seen him in a while, but he has something big going on next Friday. I don't know how much I can say, so I won't say anything, but I will see him next week and I will share as much as I can. So if you like my travel content, you can tune into my page and I'll document everything that I can for you all until he comes home for a week. So I'm so excited to be able to cook for the boys. So I will be back, I guess, the first weekend in April for Good Friday. But yeah, y'all, this is so good. It's crunchy. Yes, it's crunchy. Even though it's falling apart, it's so good. So I'm going to go ahead and not embarrass myself further. And we have so many veggies left. I don't know if y'all can see this. So many veggies. Yep, absolutely. So we're very proud of him and I'm very excited. All right, everybody. Recipe is up on foodtalktv.com. You can find foodtalktv.com on your robot devices as well. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Tap the screen on your way out and share this recipe with anybody who likes Asian-inspired cuisine. I think the kids would like this too. All right, everybody. See you in 2 weeks. Ah, yes. Maggie Adventures. Y'all, this is so good. Hold up. I know. Mmm. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 I can't explain it. It's like crunchy and savory and sticky. So good. Oh, all right, everybody. Hello, Trisha is here. Thank you, Erin Laura. So glad you got your wrench. Thank you for the hand clap, Bria. Thank you, Gilchrist. I'll share as much as I can. Once I know what I can, y'all know how this goes. Thank you, Jurgen, for being here. I appreciate you, Quasia. Cynthia says it looks delicious. Aw, thank you so much. Yes, Bria, see you tomorrow. It is our last finishing school for the modern woman, our finale, our week 8 for all of our students. Make sure you tune in. Lucy and I are retiring. We are going to sail off into the second half with our loved ones and experience more Golden Girl getaways. All right. Jurgen's here with the plate. Yeah, you would eat it. Trisha says, what kind of sauce did I make? Peanut sauce, peanut butter, sesame oil, soy sauce or coconut aminos, lime juice, garlic powder, ginger powder, and honey or honey substitute from me. All right. Yes, it is so good, y'all. It is so good. Even though it fell apart, it is so good. Yes, you would take it. I know. It looks fantastic. Oh, thank you all so much. Maybe the veggies are too long. Yeah, cut them shorter so when you fold it, it doesn't tear. Absolutely. I was trying to cut them the same size as the chicken strips, but yeah, cut them in half makes sense. Quasia says, do you have a bamboo board? I don't know. This is acacia wood. Someone gifted this to us when I started my channel. This one is acacia wood, I believe. I don't know. Maybe bamboo is better. But thank you so much. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I know y'all wanted steak. Oh, okay. I think I got everybody. So I'll be posting. Oh, yeah, the peanut sauce. I know the food makes us dance. I'll be posting throughout the week, but no live stream for 2 weeks. And for those of you all in the finishing school, I will see you all tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Until next time.